Welcome to week 2 of Every Bit Counts Challenge. Here at Buttercup and Fern's Homestead, we are doing broth today. It's going to be a busy week for me. There's a funeral to attend. I had guests up until 9 o'clock this morning, and I have guests coming again in 2 or 3 days. So I have a whole lot of stuff going on. I'm going to get as much of my preserving done in the 2 or 3 days that I can, so that I'm free for the rest of the time. Come on over. I had a lot of vegetable scraps in my freezer. I've just taken them out and put them right in here. I've put about 16 cups of water in this pot with the vegetable things that were getting a little bit of freezer burn on some zucchini, and then I've got onion ends that I wasn't, that didn't go in the composter. I got some pepper ends that didn't go in the composter, some celery ends, all kinds of vegetable scraps. There's some fennel floating around in there. I'll put in some pepper and some thyme and maybe a few other things to make it very tasty. I'm going to cover this and bring it to a boil and let it simmer hard for about 5 minutes. Then I'm going to turn the temperature down, take the lid off, and let it simmer for a couple of hours. I want all the taste and flavor to come out of these vegetables. Over here on the back burner, I had some broth in the freezer. I'm not sure if it's chicken or turkey. I'll find out once it starts to get warmed up. I'm going to bring that up to a boil, and we can process that as soon as it's ready as well. I'll probably put that in the fridge to cool off and then bring it back to a boil again when I'm doing the jarring process for this one. I'll get it both done at the same time. My canner can hold 18 pints, so I might as well do it. Now I have some room in my freezer. I got 18 jars out of the lot, and I have something to put on my pantry shelf instead of holding it in my freezer. Hashtag Every Bit Counts Challenge. It's already 10 to 8. Today has been a tiring day. Today I harvested a little peace of mind. I took a quiet, leisurely stroll through my yard, and I found mullein leaves. Some of them are quite young. Some of them are off of the older plants. I found a little bit more of the mullein blossoms to make some more infused oil. And I found some plantain leaves. I've never harvested plantain leaves before, but I intend on making ointments and salves probably next week or before the end of the challenge. So I needed to have these and get them drying. Mullein blossoms, and plantain. I'm going to lay these out on a tea towel to air dry, and be sure to jump over to Rivers Homestead and check out Jessica and the playlist that she's created of all the other people who are contributing and participating in this hashtag Every Bit Counts Challenge. I know a bunch of my friends are. It's exciting. This may seem like a strange thing to consider preserving in the Every Bit Counts Challenge, but I save my eggshells, I wash them out, and I put them on the counter in a container until I have enough to put in the oven and bake them. Baking them helps to make sure there's no bacteria on them. Once they're dried and cooled, I put them through my blender or my bullet, and I make crushed eggshells for my chickens. They love this. They'll eat this faster than they'll eat oyster shells, and that gives them a calcium supplement. And if you can see, I'm just about out. Another day, another hashtag Every Bit Counts Challenge. Today we harvested some potatoes. Some of them got washed up to be used right away, and others are being left on the counter to dry. That's it for today. I have guests in the house, so I'm not doing more than just a little bit while they're here, but that's why it's called Every Bit Counts Challenge, because every bit counts. Today, my friend is here visiting from Saskatchewan. She's come all the way to Ontario. This is my bestie, Leanna. We've been friends for forever. And we're going to go harvest some wild edibles for her to take home with her. Come along with us. Today's preserving is based on some wild medicinals we've harvested this morning. My friend and I have gone through the 12 books and picked out the details of what this would be good for and the items we would want. We are using goldenrod today. We've parchment lined the trays, and we are just going to put those on the lowest temperature we can get and dry these. She's leaving tomorrow, so we're hoping we can have them ready to go before she has to leave. She doesn't have access to these things readily in Saskatchewan where she lives, so we'll send some home with her. We've set aside the flowers, and we're also going to do some leaves. We've made our notes, and we're working with that. Of course, you have to do your own research and know what you're using them for, and make sure that they're not counterindicated with any of your medical conditions. We're going to use the leaves to make a tea. You use a teaspoon of leaves to a cup of boiling water. We can use it to make lotion for wounds, and they're good for urine issues, sciatica, rheumatism, flatulence, and a variety of other things. Again, do your own research. The flower tops and leaves are good in a tea for colic, urinary disorders, edema, but not when it's related to heart conditions. You don't want to strip it out too fast, and induce sweating with a fever. Do your own research. It's all out there available for you, and certainly consult a medical professional before you get into it. We've also taken some red clover blossoms. Red clover, you can use the leaves or the flowers. They're good for coughs, whooping cough, sore throats, skin eruptions. They'll lower the risk of cancer. They reduce menopausal symptoms. They fight respiratory issues. They maintain bone strength, improves cardiovascular health, hypertension, skin inflammation, and makes your hair stronger. Why not? But again, do your own research. Make sure they're not going to interfere with any of your conditions or medications. We're going to dehydrate these things on their lowest setting that I can set my machine to. We'll rotate the trays every couple of hours, and we'll come back to this when we're done. Here we are, the end of week 2 of the Every Bit Counts Challenge. Today is August 13th, 2023. This week I've missed one day. I had to kind of compromise on what today was, but I had a funeral this week, and I'm giving myself grace for not having done a preserving on that day. And today we did some shopping at Costco, and I did some preserving from there. So here is today's preserving. We shopped at Costco, and we bought breakfast sausages, we bought chicken wings, and we bought ground beef. There was 6 pounds of ground beef, so I divided that into 6 bags. That's going to last into our future if you think about it that way. This is chicken wings. We got 4 packages of the wings, and we got 8 packages of the sausages. That's going to last us for a couple of months. So, Every Bit Counts Challenge. Here we go again. Let's see what next week brings.